either number, and you can use pipe symbol, and I am expecting either number or either string like this. That means now price can be a numerical value, or price can be a string value, but price cannot be boolean value. It shows an error saying that so it is only defined with string or number. This is called union of types. That means you can declare variables that allows to handle multiple types and will restrict to only those multiple types that you define. Now here, I hope you understood that point. That means how to define. So let, so variable name, colon, so data type 1, right? And pipe symbol, and the data type 2. We can define the types in this way. Data type 1, data type 2. You can add any number of types like that. That's what actually union of types. Now here I am expecting price either string, either number, or we have one more type now. What is the type? Undefined. If you are expecting price as number or undefined, then here we can enter a number. So that means if number is there, then obviously it will print that number. If price is not defined, so you can see if price is defined, I will compile, and you can observe that when I run this, it prints the price. If I am not defining the price, then obviously it will return undefined. Means we are not defining the value for price, then it will return undefined. So that means when I compile this and run this, and this time you can see when it returns undefined, so you have to, you can see it prints the value, please provide the price. That means undefined is a type. You can define an undefined type. Undefined is a type which verifies whether the value defined or not. If the value is not defined, then it will return the keyword undefined. So you can verify by using that keyword whether value defined or not. And based on that, we can handle various values. So this is a simple example. Generally, how we define undefined. Right? Undefined is verified by using the keyword undefined. So Typescript primitive types, we have an undefined type to verify whether the value defined or not. Next important, so we have a null type. Here I hope you understood clearly what is union of types. Typescript supports union of types. So it allows to configure multiple values. Why? Because many situations will come in such a way that we can expect two types of values. Of course, if another type comes which is not expected, we have to restrict it. That's the reason we cannot give any type, because any type will allow all. We have to restrict to specific types, then you have to use union types. Yeah. Next important, null type. Yeah. This is to understand the null types, you have to know a point like null is a type Null is a type that returns no reference, no reference found, that returns no reference found for for a variable, no reference found for a variable during runtime. Null is a type that returns when that returned when no reference found for a variable during runtime. No reference found for a variable during runtime. This is important. For example, so in this program, suppose what I am doing is, in this program, I am printing something like this, console.log. I am printing here. So price is equal to dollar price. And obviously it shows an error. Saying that you haven't declared any price. That means if any variable is not declared and you are trying to use, if variable is not declared and you are trying to use, then obviously observe what error it will show. Variable is not declared and you are trying to use. When I compile this, you can see that it returns cannot find the name price. That means at compile time, if you are trying to use some name which is not yet all declared, then it will return a error, and that error saying that it cannot find the price. So it is saying that there is no price. So that is reference. And if I declared price as a number type, but value is not defined, then you know that it will return undefined. Why? Because if value is not defined, then obviously it will return undefined. That's what we discussed here. That means at compile time, if a value is not defined, a reference is not defined, then it will show these errors. Now at runtime, if the value and the reference are not found at the runtime, then it will not return this error. Cannot find. It will return a null. At compile time, it will return cannot find. But at runtime, if it is unable to find the reference, that means no reference found for a variable during the runtime, because many declarations will happen at the runtime. And if a declaration is expected at runtime and that is not happened at runtime, and you are trying to use it, then it will not return any error. It will return null. I will show you clearly what it is. Because for this we need to implement an example to understand the null. I will show you clearly. First, I will show you clearly how it works, because it requires some runtime environment. See, what I am doing here is